What's up, friends? Empress Dannie here, back with another episode of the Daily Grind. You already know. Gonna get you a nice piping hot cup of Joe to get your day out to a bright and beautiful start. Shall we check in for today's messages? Y'all forgive me because I don't know what something happened. Both of my camera stands that I had broke, so I still have to get another one. And I just have not been in a place that I haven't even thought about it until it's time to do the messages, which is it's usually at an inopportune time. So y'all forgive me for these booty angles. I feel like like these booty angles, these booty camera angles. I'm gonna get another camera stand and get us back right, so that hopefully you guys can see both the cards and see me as I'm expressing. But anyway, shall we get today's messages? I heard something about a telegram. Obviously, there could be some significance, some significance with the app Telegram that may resonate for some of you. A telegram is usually a message. It's usually specifically intended for you, so you could be getting. I can't lie. There's something more when I'm hearing it called a telegram. There's something about the vibration of a telegram. I always think about like a singing telegram. So for some of you, this could certainly indicate like a high vibrational message, something that this is like getting a notification, and whatever it is that you're being notified about is something that you want to know or that you're glad to hear, something of that nature. Okay. It also gives the energy of like, for some of you, this is like an indication there's something on the way, or you're going to know this means that there's something that's on the way. Okay. I heard in tow, and I also heard in stow. Okay, so, them treasures in heaven stowed up for you, friends. Is that what it is? I sure have hope so. Okay, and I feel like I've been working hard for whatever these things are. Um, I am getting something about something coming from the deep. Okay. This usually would indicate like a space of silence. You maybe have not heard anything about whatever this is. It could also be, I just kind of think about like a blackout, a deep space. Um, it kind of gives like, into the abyss. I don't know. I can't see, have absolutely no point of contact. I have no way of checking. That's what it feels like. And I can't lie. When I said checking, some of y'all tap on that. Okay. There could be something significant about your checking account. Okay. Something could resonate with your young checking. Okay. Anyway, let us continue. Pull our cards for today. I felt Miriam. Today, baby. Maybe you cooking. Today, baby. Her voice is so distinct on those TikToks that she makes. She's like, nothing coming out of this one yet, but where I stopped is a dragon. This is ether energy. It usually has to do with things being refined. Okay. So there could be something significant about refining. Sometimes that can give like God breathing over something. It usually does make something better, but it's often by like moving something out of the way. Okay. So there could be, the breath of God. It could be like a conversation, again, a message that's coming in to remove some sort of obstacle or challenge out of the way. But usually what comes on the other side is kind of like what you want, what is of value, what is of substance. Okay. Thank you. I'm just going to shuffle 3 times and draw from this one. Shout out to Miss Princess. Shout out to Lucky. Y'all both have blessed me tremendously in the last 7 days, and I appreciate you showing me love. Showing love. You guys both showed love to my Cash App. I appreciate you. Um, what's this? The priest. Okay. This usually has to do with duties, and not necessarily duties that you're compensated for, but things that you do that are just your reasonable service, right? you know it's like the right thing to do. That's what the priest has to do it, okay? So that's how your day could start. Sometimes it's just like, it could be waking up, meditation, prayer, whatever it is that you do, reading, things that you committed to, working out, whatever you consider like this is just a part of, what I have to do. I see the letter at the bottom of the deck. So again, I told y'all I was getting this telegram energy that I'm picking up. So this could certainly be like I don't know why I get this energy of like something is like a package deal, some sort of message, something comes with the package. And this could be what it is, like some aspect of stewardship is a part of whatever this message is, whatever this letter is. This just comes along with it. It's just the right thing to do based on whatever else is involved or at play. Lord is here, okay? Okay, so this is oversight responsibility of some sort, which could indicate management. So this is kind of like, it's the right thing to do, but I see money here. Okay. So for some of you, this could have to do with like the right way to spend your money, something that you're doing with your money. It could also be, again, if you're getting a telegram, some of you, this can indicate like something about financial responsibility. Coming to you, being made known to you. This could be someone who perhaps has some sort of responsibility as it pertains to you. This is my job. It's the right thing to do. It just feels like there's something of that nature with the priest card and the Lord card. Someone, it feels like this feels like a very pure-hearted energy. In case you wondered, but it feels like someone who. Again, it could have to do with money, or it could just have to do with like, this is valuable, this is important, so I feel like it's the right thing to do. I want to be responsible, and it's almost like it's my job to do it. It's kind of like what is coming in. We're going to get further clarity, so we're not going to worry about interpreting. Yeah, I hear, Lord, whether I'm right. Lord, whether I'm wrong. So there could be, because that song is coming up, there could be a question of whether or not something is right or wrong. And someone is like, it feels like no longer in a position where it's almost like I'm going to let God judge. Only God can judge me. The name Ann could be significant, but this is like, God knows whether I'm right or wrong. So I'm just gonna do. This feels like what I'm responsible to do. I'm gonna do my part. Look at that. The faux card is what came out. And child. Okay. Do you care to get you out of my system? I'm not sure what someone can't get out of their system. Um, It's almost like the child, because this is a little baby in a bassinet. There could be an actual child, but it could be like someone in their infancy. I can say the child often refers to ignorance. So especially if there's a matter of, is this right or is it wrong, there could be something at play where this is representative of someone's ignorance is working against them. It's almost like what they don't know. Okay. Um, what they're new to or uninformed concerning. Yeah, because I see the deer. So there is some aspect of like, again, it could be like, I don't know anything about you. I don't know anything about that. Then it feels as though there could be some sort of prompting to learn. And I like that, because with the priest here, if there is a situation where you're ignorant today or you don't know, that could be like being a good steward. I feel like it's the right thing. I feel like it's appropriate for for me to learn so that I'm, responsible, or I do what I'm supposed to do. I feel like there's something of that nature. Okay. Okay. Bottom of the deck is a lizard. Lizard, you already know, has to do with like spiritual senses, spiritual insight, seeing what's not being said or shown, but just kind of like being able to pick up on. If you think about like, you know, I'm thinking about like a chameleon more so than a lizard, but if you think about amphibians, um, they tend to be in hot climates, but they adapt to whatever the climate or the temperature is. So there's something significant around like adaptation, but it has to do with like feeling, right? They obviously have to sense or pick up on the climate in order for even their own body temperatures to adapt. So I feel like there could be some sort of feeling, sensing out, like this could be like scoping out the climate in a situation or circumstance, but spiritually, because you're picking up on whatever that is, it feels like with the priest, you're doing what is your reasonable service. You're doing, okay, this is probably right to do based on, again, whatever it is that I'm feeling or I'm picking up on. Okay. I see the fire in here at the bottom of the deck. So again, this could have to do with like, I kind of feel an energy of like what could be things or people all over the place. It kind of feels like the establishment of order. And with the priests, I definitely feel like whatever someone's doing, it requires like audacity. Okay. So you're having to have what could be like the audacity or the backbone to establish order, to get something in order, to get something organized. And again, this is like the right thing to do. Backbone doesn't mean like standing up to another person. This can be like the gumption yourself, right? So this can mean like you have to be disciplined enough to be able to get whatever this is in order, okay? To maybe bring something out of disarray. It's kind of like if something is everywhere and you're picking up on that or all over the place, this is you, what feels like being disciplined enough to establish some form of order in whatever the disarray is, okay? And that's the beginning of the day, is what it feels like. Let's continue. Yeah, here, thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. So there, I don't know why something made me feel like if the AM is taken care of, then the afternoon is kind of like, yeah, it's gratefulness. I am grateful for the things that you have done. It's gratitude. Okay, elephant is here. Okay. Um, this is kind of, I literally just heard Hallmark, so there could be some significance around the card, but I'm kind of getting this energy of like, um, I just heard a big greeting, is what it feels like. I see the shark down here, okay? I also just heard a memorial, something could be significant around a memorial. Um, I don't know, elephant is giving more like making history. Something make me feel like something that you're doing. It's almost like whatever this is, maybe no one has had the discipline or no one, has whatever this is. It's like no one may have had the backbone, could be what this is. Again, the fortitude to do this. So I feel like you could certainly be like making history in some way, okay, with the elephant. Is like, and when I say that, it kind of gives like getting the title. And when I think about the Lord card here with the elephant, it's giving like you rule over whatever that is, or you're making history for your, maybe it is like authority is what it gives. Okay, this is kind of the energy too of like you got it honest. Okay, so I feel like this is kind of like you, it's almost this energy of like, because you had the backbone, you deserve what could be like to be the boss or to be in charge. So there could be a promotion, but it's like there's something that it feels like sends a very, very distinct or clear message. Um, that I don't know why I'm kind of getting this energy too of like you're new, you're not new to this, you're true to whatever this is. And so it definitely feels as though with the elephant energy here, um, this is kind of what feels like. um, I don't know why it's giving like knowing there's something that you're doing that I feel like is making, it feels like making a name or sending a message that's like, let me just say like context, okay? Because this can be sending a message to someone else that, um, sometimes the actions that you take or the things that you do make a name for you. If someone thought, especially with the faux card here, if someone thought that you were, this could be like immature with the child, right? That you were new or that you were ignorant. This could be that you didn't know any better or that you just didn't know, right? Oh, they don't know, right? This makes me feel like something perhaps that you're doing is, for some of you, this is sending a message of tribe that's like, no, I'm a part of the tribe. I can't lie. There's a very strong energy around like the tribes of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. And this can have to do with like, I'm part of the chosen elect. And so some of you, that could be like the, it kind of gives like a respect or a homage. I think about having Native American blood, but this is kind of like that, like honoring you for the tribe from which you came. No, you really are one of them. You really do. Again, it's almost like a skill. You really do have the skill. You really do have the knack. You really do have the ability. You really do. You really are good at this. This is kind of like what feels like something about the afternoon is this proving of legitimacy, making a mark, making an impression of some sort is what it feels like. Um, Again, this can be within yourself. I really do have self control. I really am, this could be like responsible, whether with my money or other. Again, something is being, it feels like being proven. And I see the elk at the bottom of the deck, which we know has to do with, I just heard disable. I also heard he's able. There's something significant about, it feels like it has to do with ability, but it feels like it has to do with like, secure, like, but not like secure like a lock on the door. Secure like, are you stable, right? This can be like stable minded. This can be like, financially stable, fiscally responsible. I'm getting an energy of things of that nature, okay? And was finding out. And again, this is kind of like, again, it gives like making an impression. Are you in with the child? It could be like, are you a dependent or are you a lord? Is what it feels. Responsible, taking care of business, walking in your authority. There's also something where there could be like, do you remember or did you remember? Did you forget? It can be a certain responsibility, something that you have to do, and you could be doing that, and that could certainly be what is um, very telling, if you will, of who you are, your capabilities. It could be things of that nature. Okay. Yeah, I hear. He washed them whiter than snow. He washed them whiter than snow. Yeah. This makes me think, right? Obviously, that song is, talking about being washed, being cleansed, right? But it tells me sometimes in life you go through things that quote unquote get you dirty, as I literally hear Beyonce, "Get me body." But you think about getting body, right? You think about going through things. It be having a baby, anything to get your body out of shape, right? And you have to get your body back, right? It can just be like, shoot, just going through it in life, and you get out of physical shape. It don't even have to be physical shape. It can be financial, right? Any type of shape, right? It can be had my mind all messed up, right? Had me really emotional, right? You go through stuff who they get your wires crossed, right? And sometimes can take away your confidence or knock you off your square as it pertains to, yeah, I see this, it's giving boons. That can get you like out of sorts where you sometimes maybe can't take care of your responsibilities, or maybe you just don't because you have other things that you have to give to and sometimes that can work against you, and other people can form again an impression about you that maybe gives the impression that you maybe don't know what you're doing, or again that you're you know ignorant, or that you young or immature. um Something feels like in one way or another, at very least you could have an opportunity, if that's been the case, to reset that. This could also be someone who's doing this as it pertains to you, and the lizard is a card that comes out with foe. I like this because it makes me feel like if there is like any type of enemy in a circumstance or something working against you, the lizard is you like warming up to a person, situation, and environment, and becoming with the gazelle aware of what that is, picking up on what or perhaps who that is. And like I said, this can just be with the child. It can be, again, somebody that you don't know very well, something that you don't know anything about. It could be a sensitivity, a vulnerability, something new. And because you're not aware of it, it could be you or someone new, and someone doesn't know you, and that could be what's working against them. But the lizard is kind of like getting acclimated and realizing or becoming aware of what that is and what feels honestly like ruling over it. What's interesting is that I feel like the rulership or authority is demonstrated before whatever the foe of sorts is exposed. Sometimes that can mean that you take care of a problem, or you speak to something before you even know it's a problem or an issue. But that's why I feel like it's coming out in this order, because this can be like someone telling you, "Oh, thank you, I was so sensitive about that," or "I felt so vulnerable," and whatever that situation or circumstance is that made me feel some type of way. This could be, sometimes it's not until you demonstrate like authority over that that then gives someone else the confidence to maybe express their sensitivity or vulnerability. Thank you, because I felt something, like that. It feels like it could be something like that. So some of you, this is why I feel like just be spirit led and have the confidence to do so, have the backbone to be able to do so, because on the other side of you doing that, then that's where I feel like you're going to realize that that was something that, again, either you or that someone else needed in order to what feels like feel cared for, feel taken care of. Okay. And it feels like something that it's almost like just being spiritually in tune to um let is what someone is aware of. And some of you, that could be what's being picked up on, or being realized, is that you're spiritually in tune because you were just sensitive to whatever this is and had what feels like the backbone, the confidence, to demonstrate stewardship or rule over it in one way or another. That's what I have for you, right? We got a long daily grind, right? A long pour of Joe, right? Hey, maybe some of you just needed that coffee today. Well, if so, I'm here for it. I love you. Make sure you check us out on Patreon, because I'll be doing some extended messages at some point later today. Otherwise, like the video, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all again real soon. Bye for now.